Today I'm going over what I did for my cardio for that 60-day transformation. What I did was walk from my house all the way to Ford Stadium, the home of Detroit Lions. I'm just kidding. It was actually my total miles walk for that 60 days was 215 miles. That was the distance from my house to Ford Stadium. But what I actually did was walk 1 hour per day for 60 days straight. Some of those days I got ambitious. I walked not 1 hour, I actually walked 2 hours. So instead of the 3 miles, it was about 6 miles for that 2-hour walk. I chose to walk for 1 hour per day because I want to make sure that I hit that 10,000 steps. And because I'm working from home now, on the day that I didn't run, I barely hit 2,500 steps. So for me to guarantee that 10,000 steps, I chose to walk 1 hour per day. And that put me well above the 10,000 steps. Walking is an effective form of exercise if you want to burn body fat. When you exercise, where your heart rate is in that zone 2, where you can still have a nice conversation, where you can still talk, where you're not huffing and puffing, your body tap into body fat as a source of energy. So walking on a regular basis, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, is a good way to tap into that stored body fat. Whether it was sunrise, midday, or sunset, I was walking. Whether it was sunny, cloudy, or rainy, I was walking. I'm gonna look at my cheat sheet a little bit, so bear with me for a second. For the whole 60 days, I walked 215 miles. That's an average of 3.7 miles per day. I walked a total of 66 hours and 5 minutes. That's an average of 1 hour and 6 minutes per day. I walked a total of, guess how many steps I walked? 797,981 steps. That's an average of 13,300 steps. And total calories burned for that 60 days was 20,959. That's an average of 349 calories burned per day. Isn't it shocking? Walking an hour a day is only burning 349 calories. Back in the comfort of my studio, going over the walking dashboard that I created to track the progress for that whole 60 days. And I hope you enjoy my walk and talk. That was the first time I have ever done that on this channel. Since this video is about the cardio days, walking 1 hour per day, I thought it was fitting for me to do it outside, walk and talk. I was tempted to scrap the video because I wasn't too pleased with the quality of the video, because with GoPro 12, as good as it is for action camera during the bright daylight, when it's low light like this where the sun almost set, it can get a little grainy. But since I'm trying to train myself to stop allowing perfection to prevent progress, I'm going ahead and release this video anyway. If you are my current subscribers, it shouldn't be news to you that I have dashboard for my cardio days. But if you're new to my channel, I like to track everything that I do, whether it was in my corporate job or whether it's in my personal life. Because if you don't track it, you don't know whether the change is change for the better or change for the worse. Being a Michigander, I know how the Lions fans are. They are die-hard fans. So I created this dashboard with the color theme of the Detroit Lions. So hopefully you guys enjoy this dashboard look and feel. This dashboard tracks my daily miles walked, my daily steps, and daily calories burned. And I got all these data from my Garmin Fenix 6 that I purchased several years back. And based on those raw data that I got from Garmin Watch, I did all the summary and put it in this dashboard format. I won't regurgitate the same data point again because I already talked about it during my walk and talk, but I want to drive home a point. If I say I walked 215 miles going from where I am to Detroit Lions Stadium, it's going to sound crazy. it's going to sound impossible, which it can be, which it is. But by breaking it down 1 hour per day for 60 days, spanning that 60 days time frame, accumulated to 215 miles. My point is, sometimes things seem insurmountable. Sometimes things seem impossible. If you look at it from the end goal, you look at it from the big picture. But if you break the end goal down, you break the big picture down to smaller, simple, attainable chunk, then taking each chunk at a time will get you there in no time. If you like the look of this dashboard and you want it to use for your own tracking, comment below. The way it is now, it works for me, but the data entry piece looks still a little bit clunky, and I can spend some time to polish that up so that you can use it to track your own progress. I also want to explain my 1 hour walk and 10,000 step goal. There is nothing magical about the 1 hour walk. There is nothing magical about the 10,000 steps. I just chose it because it fits my lifestyle. You can choose to have a target of 7,500 steps, 6,500 steps, or even 5,500 steps. And instead of 1 hour, you can choose 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, even 15 minutes. Because you may not be working 100% from home. You might be already working where it requires a lot of walking. In that case, you don't need a whole lot. The main point is to have a workout schedule that you can put on the calendar, make it non-negotiable, and stick to it, and make sure you complete it as scheduled. As long as you stay active and remain active, that is the most important thing. So far for the 60 days transformation, I have shown you I spent 3 days per week doing strength training, and I spent 1 hour per day walking for 60 days straight. But even with that, all that work would go to waste. All that work will go to waste if I don't focus on the two most important aspects of losing weight and staying healthy. That is your diet and sleep. And that's what I will talk about in the next episode.